Welcome to KaiChi Live. I'm KaiChi, and this is my recap on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 5, Episode 4. In this episode, titled End Times, we find the conclusion of the story arc of the Demo Dragon Kavaxas. In the cold opening, we see the Shredder return. He was resurrected by Kavaxas in the last episode, when Tiger Claw was able to get the Kurokobudo and the Heart of Shredder for Kavaxas to resurrect the Shredder. After the Shredder returned, he asked everybody how long he was gone, because when he was at the Netherworld, it felt like years and eons. Tiger Claw mentioned that he always had been gone for weeks. When we finally see what the Shredder looked like, he looked like a zombie Shredder or undead Shredder. We see that he was missing a few flesh, and we see bones coming from his body. Tiger Claw wanted Kavaxas to heal him, then banish him back to the Netherworld. But Shredder stopped Tiger Claw, saying that he wanted Kavaxas to stay, because he's a powerful ally to have. After the opening, back in the lair, we see Turtles, Casey Jones, and April preparing. Donatello needed more information about Kavaxas in order to stop him, so they needed to go back to the caverns to get more information or data. The Turtles know where the cavern is. I find it strange when they use the front door instead of sneaking in. I think it was Leonardo or one of the other Turtles, when they were in the cavern or going through the tunnel to the cavern, mentioned that they should get a move on. They do not want to go against those weird cultists. Unfortunately, the cultists got a jump on them. We see them in great numbers surrounding the Turtles, Casey, and April. Fortunately for them, Fishface came out of nowhere with a lantern, scaring off the cultists. It seems the cultists are afraid of bright lights as we see them scurrying away. The Turtles were surprised that Fishface was helping them. One of them grabbed him and asked him why he was helping them. But April assured that Fishface has no ill against them and wanted to help. This is where we find out how the cultist was created. After the last battle between the Turtles and the Shredder, and the Turtles stopping the Shredder, we found out that some of the mutagen that came from the Shredder body drifted down to the sewers. One of the homeless, for some reason mentioned by Fishface, tasted the mutagen, which transformed him into those cultists. That cultist went up to the surface and kidnapped more humans and transformed them into cultists. And we also found out that some of the mutagen that came from the Shredder body had some fragment of his memories. In other words, the cultists had some memory of the Shredder. And this is the reason why these cultists worshipped the Shredder and created a new foot. After that, a fight broke out between the Turtles against the Undead Shredder, Kavaxas, Tiger Claw, Razor, Bebop, and Rocksteady. At one point, Michelangelo was able to snatch away the seal from Tiger Claw. When Kavaxas saw that, he turned against Tiger Claw and his allies. He also went after Michelangelo, but for some reason Michelangelo was able to use the seal. He was able to protect himself from Kavaxas' flame by using the seal. Tiger Claw and his allies was able to fight off the Turtles, and the Turtles had to retreat. He was angry at Kavaxas for turning against them, and he was about to send Kavaxas back to the Netherworld. The Undead Shredder stopped Tiger Claw. He mentioned that since Kavaxas is a powerful ally, he will help him lead the Foot to rule the world. He also said Kavaxas would be his second in command. Tiger Claw, seeing that he was in trouble, tried to send Kavaxas back to the Netherworld. But the Undead Shredder commanded Razor to attack Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw lost the seal, and the Undead Shredder destroyed that seal. This is where we found out that it was all part of Kavaxas' plan. He needed to do 3 things in order to end the world. 1. He needed to kill a great warrior. 2. He needed to resurrect a warrior. And 3. He needed to destroy the seal. After Kavaxas said those 3 things, he summoned a staff. He hit the staff on the floor, cracking open the earth, and we see spirits coming from it. We see that these spirits was coming from the Netherworld to end the world. Tiger Claw turned to the Undead Shredder and asked him why. The Undead Shredder managed that Tiger Claw was right, that he has a new master, and it was Kavaxas. So in this 5th season, we see a lot of Ghostbusters reference in the 1st and 2nd episode, and now we see why. The reason why Donatello needed more information on Kavaxas or any other Netherworld beings, He was creating some kind of weapon to use against them. We see that the weapon created by Donatello is similar to the Ghostbuster proton pack. Donatello created 5 of these packs, one for him, April, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael, except for KaiChi. KaiChi found out that he didn't get one and asked why. Leonardo mentioned that they don't trust him with laser or pretty much anything, which was a nice laugh. Before all that, we got a scene Leonardo at the dojo sitting in front of the pictures. He once again felt the weight of the world on his shoulders, and once again Splinter came to him, telling him to always look at the light when there was darkness. When the turtles about to leave the lair, Karai and Leatherhead showed up. She mentioned that she wasn't living up to the turtles and here to help. Michelangelo was happy to see Leatherhead, and Leatherhead was happy to see him too. The reason why she showed up, there was something going on top of the surface. When they got there, we see that Kavaxas had opened the earth, or cracked open the earth, for spirits to come to the earth and destroy it. Some of the spirits we see was Tatsu and Ho Chin. Leonardo decided to split up the group. He, Karai, Leatherhead, Michelangelo are going down the cavern to stop Kavaxas, while Raphael, Donatello, KaiChi, and Abel will be on the surface fighting these spirits. Michelangelo gave KaiChi his pack, saying that he has Leatherhead. KaiChi was happy to have that pack, and was having fun with it, fighting against the spirits. Back in the cavern, we see Tiger Claw fighting against the Undead Shredder, Razor, Kavaxas. And we see Rocksteady and Bebop leaving, saying that they don't want to stay and see what happened next. Tiger Claw was no match. Fortunately for him, Leonardo, Karai, Michelangelo, Leadhead came in to join the battle. Back on the surface, the rest of the turtles, KaiChi and Abel, was fighting the spirits. They were doing well against the low-level spirits, but having trouble against Ho Chin and Tatsu. In fact, Ho Chin was able to use his magic and was able to capture KaiChi and try to crush him. Fortunately for them, the spirit of Master Splinter came to help. He went up against Ho Chin, and Ho Chin was surprised to see him. I think there was a possibility they knew each other. They probably met in the spirit world or the netherworld. Back in the cavern, we see that Karai and Leonardo going up against the Undead Shredder, and Michelangelo Leadhead going against Kavaxas. At one point, they were able to knock Razor off the cliff, while Michelangelo Leadhead going against Kavaxas. Unfortunately for them, Kavaxas was more powerful, and he was able to knock Michelangelo off Leatherhead and went after Leatherhead. Unfortunately for Leatherhead, even though he was quite powerful, he was still no match against Kavaxas. Somehow, Karai, Leonardo, and with the help of Tiger Claw, they were able to knock the Undead Shredder off the cliff. After Michelangelo was knocked off and fell to the ground, he looked around and saw the broken seal and decided to go after it. We see that he was planning to use chewing gum to repair the seal. Kavaxas saw this and went after Michelangelo. Michelangelo was able to fix the seal. As we see in the beginning of the episode, but for some reason Michelangelo was able to use it. And this time round, he also able to use the broken seal. Back on the surface, we see Abel, KaiChi, and the rest of the turtles using their laser against Tatsu, and was able to destroy him, or turn him into some netherworld plasm. Back to the fight between Master Splinter and Ho Chin. We see Ho Chin struggle with Master Splinter, and Master Splinter was able to send Ho Chin back to the netherworld. In the caverns, Michelangelo was able to use the seal against Kavaxas. Kavaxas was surprised that Michelangelo was able to do it. He had no choice but to do what Michelangelo commands. Michelangelo ordered Hothead to fix everything and send the spirits back to the netherworld. After Kavaxas fixes everything, Leonardo remembered what Master Splinter said to him about the light and the darkness. He told Michelangelo to send Kavaxas back to the netherworld, which Michelangelo did. We see that the seal in the middle of the cavern opened up, sucking Kavaxas, but Kavaxas did what he could from getting in. But for some reason, the Undead Shredder came out of nowhere and pushed him in, saying that the demon belongs in the netherworld. And we see the undead Shredder and Kavaxas going through, and the symbol closing up. And we see up in the surface all the spirits sucking in from the cracks and closing. And then we get a scene of the turtles, Casey, April, on top of a rooftop. We get a father and daughter moment between Karai and Master Splinter, them saying goodbye to each other and giving each other one last hug before Master Splinter part back into the spirit world. With the turtles celebrate their win and it was morning, April noticed the beautiful sunrise and everybody took a look at it. Karai comments it was a beautiful sunrise and mentioned that it was a peaceful moment for everybody. Overall, this was a nice episode. We see that this is the conclusion of the Demo Dragon Kavaxas. We get to see Leonardo going through some hardship of being a leader, and Master Splinter showing up, still giving Leonardo some advice. We got some cool reference to Ghostbusters in this episode, but I can't help feel that the Kavaxas, the Demo Dragon, felt more like over an arch for one season. But since this is the last season, they must have crammed into 4 episodes, which is fine either way. We get to see Karai teaming up with Turtle more, and we might see her hang out with them more in the future episode for the season. This might be the last episode we see the Foot, because in this episode, Claw created a truce between him and with the Turtles. So I'm looking forward to the next episode and see what's the next adventure for these Turtles. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. Click over here to watch my previous video. Click over here to watch my previous recap on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Click over here to watch my next recap on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And click over here to subscribe to my channel KaiChi Live for future nerd and geeky videos.